Hello, my beautiful Virgo. How are you doing, darling? My name is SimplyVelca, and today, honey, I'm going to be getting into your weekly tarot horoscope reading for September 2021, darling. Remember, it doesn't matter what you identify as he, she, they, them, or other, darling. I'm just here to give you some messages, and if they resonate, darling, and it's meant for you. Remember, though, if you do enjoy this tarot reading today, if you enjoy this vibe, darling, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe, and also let me know in the comments below how it resonates with you, because it does help me out a lot, and I always appreciate it when you guys give me that type of feedback, and I always appreciate when you take that extra time to do that for me. Remember, though, Virgo, put this in perspective. I'm just a man reading some tarot cards to you, honey. You know your situation better than I ever possibly could, so take the tarot cards that resonate, leave what doesn't, because I'm not going to be offended by it. I believe tarot cards are just here to give you some food for thought for today, perspective to be considering, darling, but never making the choices in your life, Virgo. So let's just jump into your weekly tarot horoscope, Virgo. Remember, I also did your monthly tarot reading for September 2021. I'll leave a link to that. That will pop up on the right-hand side of your screen at some point, Virgo, so be sure to check that out, as well as your previous reading if you haven't already. So let's get into this, Virgo. Let's see what steps up forward for you. I'm going to be doing 3 rows as well. Page of Wands coming in here with the Tower card, darling, as well as the Knight of Wands. Come on now. And then for your second row, apparently Miss Tulip's having a little snack now, so if you hear some crunching, and that's her. Ten of Swords coming in here, with the Hermit card as the focal point coming in here, and then the Page of Pentacles coming in. 2 pages in so far. Now let's get into your third row. We have the 5 of Wands for you, Virgo, with the 4 Swords coming in here, as well as the 9 of Wands stepping forward. So I like this energy a lot for you, Virgo, but before we get into this, I want to pull a card to see what y'all's general theme is for this week. Let's put this back here. Let's see what energy y'all are going to be at. This card wanted to come out. 9 of Rings, 9 of Pentacles coming in here. Abundance and fortitude, darling. Keep pushing through. This is a week of where perseverance pays off for you, Virgo. This definitely gives me this sense here. You know, especially with you have the 9 of Wands here talking about that wounded warrior, especially with this Tower card, Virgo, and that 5 of Wands. You guys have a lot going on for you this week. You have a lot on your plate, and so I like that this 9 of Pentacles comes forward where it's telling you, where it's just like you push through, like you have abundance coming towards you. You just have to continue taking this path, continue just taking it step by step, darling, 1 foot at a time. That's all that matters, right? Don't overwhelm yourself with how far the journey looks like it's going to be for you. So let's get into this first row here, Virgo, with this Page of Wands Tower card and this Knight of Wands here. Feels like you've been extremely open to opportunity. You've been waiting to like grab up at something, or I say grab up at something, grab up at the chance to have like a nice change of pace for you, Virgo. And I do feel as if this change of pace is definitely going to be coming towards you. With this Tower card, I like this a lot in this dynamic, just because this showcases to me, Virgo, where it's like there's like, I see this more so in this dynamic, Virgo, admittedly, where it's just like a major shift in your life, a major shift in the dynamic of something that allows for opportunity to come forward. I just heard like the message where it's just like, for some of you Virgos, you may be even the responsible, darling, for this Tower moment in your life where it's just like, well, screw it, because you know, the Page of Wands, it's like, I always like to explain this as a card of like a path opening up, blazing a trail for something that you feel passionately about. But in this sense, it's like, well, you're like Virgo, where screw it, like you're waiting for a doorway to open up, darling, but none of the doors are opening. So you're just like, you know what, girl, I'm gonna create my own door. I'm gonna create my own opportunity and go forward with it, right? Because it does feel as if you guys are kind of just you're bored. Like bored is like the word I keep on hearing. Like you're bored of a situation, you're bored of like how things are, because I just feel as if the things just aren't changing. Like either a person isn't changing how they said they were gonna change, your job, like it just feels as if you've been promised to change. I know this is me going into intuitive messages now for you, Virgo, but it's just like a nice change of pace. Like things haven't been changing, rather, not a nice change of pace. Things haven't been changing up, even though there's been a promised change, and you're just like, you ain't dealing with it no more. So you're gonna create that change, since other energies are not gonna change organically by themselves without some type of outside assistance, darling. So in your second row now, Virgo, with this Ten of Swords, Hermit card, and this Page of Pentacles, Ten of Swords represents like tens in general represents closures to cycles. Because this Ten of Swords is under your Page of Wands, this showcases to me really confirms the message of what I was feeling beforehand, where it's just like you've just been struggling, you've been waiting for the storm to pass and the sun to come out, and it's just not been coming out. So I feel like some of you guys, Virgo, I've been talking so fast, I apologize. I feel like for some of you guys, Virgo, you're just like, you know what, I'll create my own sun, darling. You're tired of waiting for the sun to come out. You're just like, screw it. Hermit card coming in under your Tower card, which is an interesting dynamic here, right? Because it does feel as if Taurus, why did I just call you Taurus? It does feel as if, Virgo, for some of you guys, you know, it's almost as if like once you start doing some type of change in your life, like there's like this heavy disappointment associated with this, right? With this Page of Pentacles coming in under your Knight of Wands, it's like this weird message, Virgo, of where it's like, how do I want to put this? It's just as if while in the efforts of you paving your own path with something, Virgo, it's almost as if like that was almost like it like reveals the true intentions of like other people. Does that make sense? And it's almost as if like you start becoming turned off from other energies that were at one point part of your life. Girl, I don't want to be covering up Miss Aretha Franklin, darling. Yeah, it just feels as if like it's like this weird message where it's just like when you start changing things up drastically, like people who said they were going to be like your ride or die or be with you for the long haul, they end up like disappointing you in some way, and you actually just start putting distance. You're just like, I don't know. It's a weird message, Virgo. And with this Page of Pentacles, yeah, it's a weird message. I'm gonna have to get clarifiers for this to get any more specific, but we'll get into this after we get into, into your third and final row. Five of Wands, Four of Swords, Nine of Wands. So, you know, the Five of Wands being under your Page of Wands, Ten of Swords, this is, again, like that sense of where you're tired of riding out the storm, and so you're finding any type of way to end that storm in your own, by your own terms. Four of Swords clarifying the Hermit card, well, under your Hermit card and Tower card. All these cards sharing the same similarity, Virgo, of where you're kind of like tending to yourself now, right? You think about it, like both of these cards share that kind of similarity where it's just like, I don't know, it's just like going into silence for a while, going into like writing solo for a bit. And then the Nine of Wands coming in here as that wounded warrior, as you really taking a stand for things. It's interesting, Virgo. It's really interesting because it's like this message where it's like you're not going to back down. You know, let's just use an analogy, Virgo, for you. You know, let's just say, for example, you're tired of being in financial struggle, so you decide to open up your own business. You decide to do a bakery, darling. Who doesn't like cupcakes, darling? I guess you can do more with a bakery than bake cupcakes, but I digress, honey. You want to open up a bakery, you want to do cupcakes, and then because you're just like, you know what, I'm tired of just working this 9 to 5. I'm tired of just going home every night and being exhausted just to wake up the next day and do the same thing. You want to change it up, so you open a bakery. Doesn't impact literally anyone else in your life, and the only job people have that are close to you is just to support you, Virgo. And so in this dynamic, it's just like where once you open that bakery, you deal with resistances after from like your friends being like, ooh, are you sure you want to do that, or what have you. Like, it's just interesting how there's just like this response of like a negative energy for you creating some type of tower moment that literally has no impact on anybody else but yourself. And again, I really do feel strongly as if you're in control of this tower moment. Like, you created this tower moment for yourself. Like, you're just trying to start like really go into this new, you're just ready for a new part of your storyline. And it's just, I don't know, it's hard for me to unpack, Virgo, because it's like, as a tarot reader, like it's our job to really tap into like these scenarios, but it's so hard for me to conceptualize this thought process of like someone that's not being impacted by this, someone that's like supposedly supposed to like ride with you, or like there's just no reason for someone to just feel negatively about this, and somehow they're just like making it about themselves, Virgo, and actually like, I don't know, it's a weird mind I'm not gonna try to even understand this thought process, darling. Let's just get into these tarot cards for you, Virgo. these tarot cards as if we haven't. Let's get into some clarifiers for you, Virgo. Clarifying your Page of Wands, Ten of Wands. So you've been fed up, Virgo. This is where, this is why I do feel like you created that Tower moment, because it's just too much for you. The Emperor card, yeah, you definitely made this choice happen, Virgo. So don't really be afraid of that Tower card. And then the Death card coming in under your Knight of Wands, girl. Ooh, Virgo. Well, firstly, I want to celebrate you, Virgo. I know my reaction's a little bit over the top, but that's just because I'm hyped up on some caffeine. Page of Wands in the back of the deck, darling. Also, let's just take note of that. It just feels as if what it is that you were doing just wasn't serving for you. So some of you guys, it may have just been that job. Like I said, that analogy before, tired of working that 9 to 5. For other people, it may just be like a relationship where it's just like there's nothing, blatantly wrong, right? No one really cheated. Girl, don't be typing in those comments here saying it's like, oh, they cheated, Velka. I'm not saying they didn't. But I'm just getting in this vibe here. Like, I don't feel anything directly causing this pain. It just feels like a natural buildup of things where it's just like something that just is like, it just takes more effort to sustain than what it's worth it anymore. And so with this, this Knight of Wands being clarified by this Death card, I'm laughing, but I'm just laughing by how like these clarifiers are just confirming the message. But it's just, you're just like something needed to change. Like you couldn't continue on in this way. And so I really, like, as I was saying from before, I really like that this Emperor card, Virgo, is here for you on this Tower card, because again, like the Emperor card is a card you're just in complete control of this, Virgo. So I just feel so much better about y'all's situation. And because of the back of the deck, this is still on the name as we started your reading with, in the name of you, it's just like you're ready for a change of pace. It's like not even just a change of pace, darling. Like it's just like you're ready to switch things up in your life. It's just like what it is in your current life is just not given what it needs to be given, darling. So let's start clarifying your second row. Excuse me. We have the Queen of Pentacles clarifying your Ten of Swords, the Knight of Wands clarifying the Hermit card, and then Virgo, we have the Knight of Pentacles clarifying your Page of Pentacles here. It's very interesting to me, Virgo, how this dynamic is, because it's just like you're starting, it feels as if you're going to just start be, can I speak English, darling? Proper English anyways? Don't answer that. Don't answer that, girl. So I hear some of y'all muttering. It does feel to me, Virgo, you guys are just going to be going into writing in silence, like doing your progressing in your life for a while, just in silence, doing what's best for you, especially after this Ten of Swords. I don't know. It just really, I get like this sense, Virgo, where it's just like, it's this sense of maturing a little bit. You're maturing, and also like, I don't know. It's just like this weird, like, I just feel like you're feeling extremely just disconnected from the world right now. And I don't know if it's necessarily in like a bad way. It just feels as if like you're trying to just like find life without, like, it's like you're trying to find your way in life now that like this part of your phase is over. So until like you figure things out for yourself, you kind of just like, you know what? I don't really feel like doing things. I don't feel like posting on social media. I don't feel like doing, it just feels like you're going to just be writing in silence for a little bit. And I think that's definitely the direction that you want to be going into. And I do want to point out with this Page of Pentacles, with the Knight of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles does refer to new communication, but the Knight of Pentacles also is like that sense of offering a pentacle, right? So I do feel as if what's going to be breaking you out of your shell, it's definitely going to be a build-up thing again, but I do feel as if some type of offer, whether it's communication from another person or just some type of opportunity, Virgo. I keep wanting to say Taurus for y'all, but maybe it's just because I did Taurus's reading just before y'all's. I feel like you will break out of your shell, Virgo, with that, whatever that Page of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles refers to, whether it's like an offer, whether it's like someone just pulling you out of your shell. Does that make sense? We have the Nine of Wands clarifying your Five of Wands. So right off the bat, before you even pull these other clarifiers, Virgo, you definitely are just like standing in your conviction with the choices that you made of where you close this off, right? You may be having some doubts or second thoughts, being like, oh, did I mess up? Did I do the wrong decision? Da 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 da. You know, very much so. Like, girl, Virgo, whoever needs to hear this, don't be going back to your ex. Like, this is giving you very much so like you decide to like cut off your ex, and then you just end up late at night sending that little booty call text and be like, oh, hey, what you doing? Girl, it's not that, it's probably just for like the 1% of y'all, but it's just like giving me that vibe. And I just feel like, you know, Big brother Valka over here, even though some of y'all are probably older than me. Many of you guys probably are older than me, judging by my demographic that watches me, darling, which not a bad thing. I prefer a much more mature audience, darling. The readings are not nearly as drama filled that way. Yeah, just don't be falling back on what you committed to initially. You didn't make a mistake. You're just going to be catching yourself in some high emotion. So just catch yourself, darling. Oops, I had my little Discord. Don't mind me, darling. Let me mute this real quick, darling. If you know the sound, you know it. Yeah, just commit to your decision. You're gonna have emotional like moments where you're just like, even sitting in your bed being like, whatever. But you get the point. Don't be going back. 10 of Pentacles here, clarifying your Four of Swords because you know this is what's best for you. And then the Chariot card, Nine of Wands. Clarifying your Nine of Wands. Yeah, I don't feel like I need to say too much further in with any of this. Just watch out for your emotions. Watch out for having your second thoughts because that's going to be what gets the best of you, darling. Just know, like, this Tower moment that you created, Virgo, is definitely, like, it's important for you to be doing. So, yeah. I'm going to be giving out these cards. We're feeding these rows now to Miss Aretha Franklin and Miss Barbara Walters, darling. And then we're going to be getting into, now for you, Virgo, your spirit guide messages. And we're going to use this deck still. So let's see what spirit guide and ancestral messages are coming in for you. Right off the bat, we have the Nine of Pentacles coming out for you, Virgo. A lot of pentacle energy for y'all, which I guess makes sense because you're an earth sign, right, Virgo? My best friend is a Virgo, so I don't know why I'm even saying right, Virgo, as if I don't know, honey. King of Wands coming out, as well as the Queen of Swords. Girl, I drank so much caffeine, if y'all can't tell. So I don't feel like I need to get any clarifiers for this, Virgo, to be honest here. I feel like this is kind of just like the same message. Notice how you have the Queen of Wands here, Queen of Swords. I kept wanting to call this Wands even from prior. I see you as this Queen of Swords currently, where it's just like you're riding solo. It's the same thing of riding solo, doing what's best for you. Nine of Pentacles. I always like to point out with the Nine of Pentacles is like it's always showed by this individual being you, and then there's usually some type of animal, usually an Avery, guiding. So you're just listening to what you're being guided to doing, and so truly. Virgo, just continue honoring what it is that you are clicking or honing in on. I do feel as if you guys are really connected to your spirit guides at this point because that's how I see the Avery in the Nine of Pentacles or the animal in other tarot decks, I suppose. You're just listening to your gut instinct and you're receiving guidance from your spirit guides. Like you're making tough decisions that other people normally wouldn't do because they would want to stay comfortable. But you, Virgo, you're deciding to take, you're taking charge in your life as that King of Wands here. And people are just going to be silently watching, Virgo, because again, I feel like you guys are just going to be riding in silence for a little bit. You guys are going to just be do your own thing. I don't even want to say licking your wounds, darling, because like I don't feel like you guys are tending to any wounds. Well, you may feel wounded, darling, but you know that you made this hard choice because it's just for the best, right? I keep on hearing it's just for the best, and so just take this reassurance from your spirit guides and your ancestors at this time, Virgo, that what it is that you're doing, as hard as it may be, as crappy of a feeling as it may feel right now, darling, it's for the best. I promise you. It's my job to know. So now, Virgo, let's see how people are perceiving you at this time. Emperor card coming back out, darling. And let's see. I have this other card here. It looks like I can barely see it. Virgo. Hold on now. Girl. Wait, oh, girl. Okay. There's already 3 cards here. Never mind. We have the Emperor card coming out, the Star card, as well as the Six of Wands. That's what I thought this card was looking like. So how people are perceiving you, it's interesting because like people are seeing you at this time. One, especially, they see you as alpha as F right now. I'm not going to curse right now because I don't want to be demonetized. But they see you really alpha right now. I feel like people are really respecting you, Virgo, because you're making the hard decisions. You're doing what it is that you need to be doing because you just know what's best. And I feel like that's just such an like I was already even saying, I was gassing you guys up already, Virgo. In that sense of where it's just like I celebrate you guys for like most people would choose to stay comfortable even if it's not for the best for them, but you guys are recognizing where it's like some type of situation that you're putting a cut end to, it's not feeding into your like long-term goals. That Six of Wands star cards, like it's not going into your long-term goals. It's not giving you the success that you needed to be providing. And so you realize it's like through the same realization, you could even be the same person that you cut out if it's about a person. I just see people acknowledging like the sacrifices that you are making. They find it to be an extremely admirable trait of yours right now, Virgo. So just continue doing your thing, darling. Continue doing your thing. It feels like you have have nothing but strong support systems with you right now. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, you guys are just shifting. Five of Cups. Even though this has been just such a hard situation for you to do, you guys had to like really change up your garden, change things up. I feel like people are really just celebrating you at this time. And then you have the Nine of Cups. Yeah, you definitely have some type of offer is going to be coming in to get you out of your shell, Virgo. So there's something. So don't feel rushed into getting out of that hermit phase, because when it's time for you to get out of that hermit phase, it's going to be presented to you. Something's going to make you get out of that shell. So don't feel like you need to push yourself or rush yourself during your mourning process, right? But Virgo, that is the weekly tarot reading that I have for you for January, girl. September 2021. Something maybe girl, we're not even going to do that. It's interesting why January. I've never done that before. Anyways, darling, if you want to book a private personal reading with me, if my manic energy didn't scare you all off, my website's linked down below, SimplyVelca.com, next to my social medias, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all that just being Simply Velca, honey, Virgo. Be sure to check out your monthly tarot reading as well, Virgo, and I will be connecting with you, darling, sometime in the near future. I know that because, again, it's my job to know. I love you so much, Virgo. Bye.